Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of Weiss Schwarz Project Diva F2nd. Um, Now, Project Diva F2nd is a set that got some interesting cards into Project Diva that made it tournament viable for a while and still is somewhat tournament viable today, mainly with the Soundless Voice deck if you've ever heard about it. Um, Before I actually do the unboxing, I would like to talk about some of the cards that you would be looking for if you're opening a box of Diva F2nd. However, if you're already familiar with the set, there's a link in the description and I'll take you directly to the unboxing video. So to start out, the aforementioned Soundless Voice combo, those are commons in the set with the Climax as a rare. So it should not be too hard to get a hold of the base cards of it. And I can talk more about Soundless Voice itself in another video. Some other cards that you're looking for. Kaito here. Level 0 backup. Only 2 level 0 backups in all of English Weiss. And this is going to be a staple card in nearly any English Project Diva deck because most Project Diva decks rely on having their level 1 survival multiple turns. And it makes one of your level 1s immune to a level 1 level reverser. Level 2 level reversers are much more rare, and you usually won't run into them until level 2. A very quick rule of thumb, if it's rare, green, and a Miku, you probably want it. Because that's where most of the power cards are. Hatsune Miku's School's another staple card, and it gives you basic pay one, pitch one, search one. And just very basic utility. And then you have one of the money cards, Magician. The only viable brainstormer in English. If Project Diva XHD ever hits, this card will become less valuable because there's a couple of interesting brainstormers in there. But for now, if you get a copy of this card, it's definitely something you want. White Dress is another card that sees a lot of play in Soundless Voice decks. 500 global, 500 on act. Just a very generally nice backup backstage. There's a couple backstages that are interesting, but she's an easy way to get green into your deck without compromising other parts of your deck. And then V3 here is one of the 2 level assists in Project Diva, and it gives you a very useful tool to pay 1, pitch a climax, salvage a climax. And this lets you have the right climax going into level 3, as well as some level 2 stunts you may want to pull, especially if Soundless Voice is still keeping up on level 2. This is pretty valuable because one of the big combos in there, besides consistency, one of the big combos that you're looking at is a gold bar, and it's a good way of getting rid of a gold bar for actually what you need. And then here we have 2 staple level 3s in green yellow Project Diva. Resonating Diva is in early play, 6 or more climax early play, and she lets you swap out 2 cards in your hand for 2 cards you draw, and she pays back one of the stocks she costs to play, as well as being an 11,000 if you have a nearly full field. Very, very useful card, and you'll see it on most deck lists at least as a 1 over 2 of. And then I have Eternal Sounds over here. This is the clock kick that was introduced in Diva 2nd. On turn that she's played, you can pitch a card to clock kick if she reverses her opponent, which makes you less climax reliant than Factory Tyrant. Okay, So now we're going to go ahead and start opening the box. Starting with the promos here. From what I've seen of opening Diva boxes, when you open the promos, they are all climaxes of the same color. And we're already off to a good start. Because this is the most expensive promo that you can get in a Diva second box. People, from what I understand, use this if they would otherwise run Cantarella to rare out their deck. And let's go ahead with the actual packs now. Already found the triple rare Kaito V3. It gives blue something. It gives blue something decent to work with, and if you're willing to run blue, it can aid either Factor Tyrant or Eternal Sounds to more reliably clock kick. Mojimi, you probably won't see much of Mojimi in play because most people don't run red, but there is a level 0 in here that can early play her at 0, I mean, and that's a pretty powerful little card there. As I mentioned in the description of what we're looking for, is pieces of Soundless Voice. And I'm going to go ahead and keep those separate. So, Rainbow Lines over here. It's another of the few advantage combos that Diva actually has to work with. It does rely on 2 different cards, but it is a decent advantage combo. And then here's a copy of the Clock Kick. What I didn't mention in the description about the Clock Kick is that it also has a Climax combo with Package, a draw on 2k1, that can bring a character from your deck onto the field. Doesn't see a lot of play in the meta deck. Ooh, shiny. Okay, so Diva. Every Diva box has either an XR or an SR. So there will always be a signed. And in this case, I found the Len signed in this one. I was kind of hoping to get Best Girl signed, but we take what we get. And I'll leave that to you guys to figure out what Best Girl is. So, as we continue, Makio, I'm sure, was hoped to give a little bit of life to Red, but she's a pretty expensive way to do so. She can top deck a level 2 on attack, and top deck a top deck something that she reverses. And then we've got the meme card, Intense Voice of Hatsune Miku. Rather powerful effect if you can ever get it off. Everybody gets restain on cancel, but it is specifically cost $39 because 39 is Miku meme. There's another. Miku V3 is another very useful card. will show up in most soundless voice decks and will probably still stick around even when Diva X gets released. Ooh. Here's the SR of the box, Eraser Zero. We'll just put it side by side with the actual Climax because that was how the box rolls. It's an okay combo in itself, or more just like the art of the SR. So that's the other card. This card I've set aside over here. It's an uncommon, but it is the one free fresh that Project Diva gets. Very generic. On top of a backup, pay 2 to refresh. If you're in the mood to meme build for at some point, this is an interesting card to try to meme build around. It's a 5,000 level 0, but you need another specific level 0 card to be able to actually play her, to be able to actually keep her on board at all and actually attacking. Still very vulnerable to level reversers, although White Blazer can handle that some. There's a copy of Soundless. There were some nice cards in this box. There was nothing in here that was really ridiculously cool. I'm going to go ahead and get the biggest deal cards right up here. Thank you for watching the video, and have a nice day.